Saw dudes, if you read the title, you'll know that the fishing activity introduced in Season 21 is broken. I am all about transparency and drop rates, so I got to work testing the drop rates as well as time spent fishing. I spent 5 hours total pressing the interact button, all while listening to Southern Nights by Glen Campbell to get into the fishing spirit. I filled out a Google Sheets form that will be in the description for the data collection and processing. While the background footage shows that it was in Savathun's throne world, all testing was done in Nessus. I tested all 5 tiers of the focus fishing buff to see if they made a difference, catching 50 fish while in each tier with a perfect catch. According to Gamespot, fishing with a higher level focus fishing buff increases your likelihood of catching higher rarity fish. I don't want to waste your time, so let's get started and test this out. For simplicity's sake, green fish are common, blue are rare, purple are legendary, and yellow are exotic. Tier 1 of the focus fishing buff occurs before the first segment of the bar is filled. The average time to catch a fish during this was 13.65 seconds. I caught 18 common, 25 rare, 6 legendary, and 1 exotic fish. Tier 2 of the focus fishing buff occurs after the first segment is filled. The average time to catch a fish was 14.3 seconds. I caught 18 common, 29 rare, and 3 legendary fish. No exotics on this tier. Tier 3 is after the second segment fills. The average time to catch a fish was 14.46 seconds. I caught 19 common, 25 rare, 5 legendary, and 1 exotic fish. Tier 4 is after the third segment fills. The average time to catch a fish in said tier was 13.86 seconds. I caught 21 common, 26 rare, 2 legendary, and 1 exotic fish. Finally, the Tier 5 buff is acquired once the whole bar is filled. The average time with this buff was 14.21 seconds. I caught 15 common, 30 rare, 4 legendary, and 1 exotic fish. These results are super strange. 1. The drop rate for legendary fish does not seem to climb with the higher tier focus fishing buff. It seems to have a negative relationship in my testing. I doubt this is the actual case, but interestingly, an exotic fish drop rate does not seem to increase at all with the buff, despite the common belief that it does. In the case that it does, the buff is minimal. It seems like the drop rate for exotic fish will always hover around 1 to 2% with or without the focus fishing buff. I find the activity to be a nice change of pace for the game, but I see 3 glaring issues. The main one is that we are not getting transparent numbers from Bungie. Focus fishing, at least in my experience, has had very little impact on the type of fish I receive. I get that they don't want it to rain exotics, but I would like to know what I am investing my time into. The next problem that I have is the fact that the pond disappears when a public event spawns. It is super irritating to get into a groove with the maxed out buff, even though it doesn't seem to do anything, and have it interrupted by an event. You pretty much start from square one even though you and your fire team did everything right. Finally, common and rare fish do absolutely nothing when dug at the helm. At the end of my testing, I had 506 common and rare fish combined. I didn't get any loot. I'm not asking for 506 legendary pieces. Maybe every 40 common fish you get a weapon or armor piece, and for every 20 rare fish you'd get the same. It's so maddening to go on streaks of getting these fish knowing that they are completely worthless. A lot of my critique of this activity comes from the fact that yet again players' time is not being respected. Fishing is a cool concept, but it's brought down because of these issues. I actually wanted to test out the focus fishing buff because one of my friends couldn't catch a vexing placoderm for 2 hours straight. That's ridiculous. In any case, I hope this helps those who are fishing and maybe discourages those who are not. Thank you for watching and happy farming.